Right, so we'll just sort of wait for 10 minutes and hopefully the two players will be ready for us. Okay, before the men's third round match between Kohlschreiber and Isner gets underway, we've got a kind of quick trade in the women's third round game. This is Serena Williams against Varvara Lepchenko. And although this particular trade isn't on the post on the website, it's a trade that Nordwind actually decided to enter. And as you can see here, basically, Serena Williams is 1.04, and he's going to lay that from the start. And basically, if there's a break of serve even, or it looks like Serena's odds will drift out to 1.1, then we can just simply take a profit. That's a very good example of, even though a trade of the day might not have been emailed to you or posted actually on this on the website, there are sort of, if you like, on the fly trades that we will be offering sort of live as and when we see sort of fit to do so, and this is a particular case in point that we've got Serena Williams Lepchenko. Williams is the very, very hot favourite, and we're going to lay her. Now I'm going to use let's say £200, and we're going to lay Serena at 1.04, so my liability here is going to be just sort of £8. Now, normally we kind of will be using sort of far bigger stakes than this, but for the purposes of a lot of the videos on the site, we're using sort of reasonable, manageable stakes that hopefully many of you would find within your sort of comfort zone and your sort of bank management, which is around about £100 or £200. So look, we're not going to lose £8 here because there's probably an exit point that excuse me, if Serena does sort of obviously start cruising and going into 3, 4, 5-0 lead, we can all sort of exit at 1.02 if we need to. So our idea, if we can get matched here, okay, now we're all nicely set up. The scoreboard for Williams and Lepchenko onto the top right of our screen. Still haven't got this matched at 1.04. Maybe with Williams in the 13-0 lead on her serve, perhaps we'll get this matched if she goes into a 40-love lead. Waiting for that £200 to be matched at 1.04. Now, where am I in the queue? I'm not too sure. Oops, I've dropped it down. What's happened there? My little error. Let's get matched here at 1.05. Just the purpose of this video, we need to get this get cracking here. So there we go. So now we have £200 green on Lepchenko and a £10 liability on Serena Williams. We can see that Serena Williams broke Lepchenko's serve to go into a 3-1 lead. She's back on her own serve now. It's 30 all. Yeah, I mean, we laid at 1.05. It's now traded at 1.03. So, we have a potential hedged liability on both players for £3.88 if we wanted to exit the trade now. But I think some of these games, matches where you're laying, such low odds that the liability is so small, it's very often sort of worthwhile to let the trade run. And particular example, well, it's only 3-1, and there's still some way to go yet. This is the best of three sets, so let's stick at it. You never know, Lepchenko might be able to sort of break Serena's serve. Let's see how we get on. But this, as I said, is a very sort of low liability trade, and for entering at 1.05, then the downside, is basically very sort of very low indeed. So Lepchenko did in fact break Serena Williams' serve to claw a game back and go 3-2. Now she's sort of back on her own serve, and it's sort of 30 all. So we sort of touched at 1.7, 1.08 after that break of serve. So she really needs to hold her own serve here. so we can get towards this sort of 1.10 figure that we're looking at the start of the match. And yeah, she's kind of just about ready to hold her serve, and as you can see there, the odds have gone to 1.08. We could take £5.56, 1.09. As you can see, it's gone to deuce. So when you're watching the way the points, individual points are played out, you can see on the ladder screen very sort of easily here, which is why we choose to use API trading software rather than Betfair, because we can see sort of more clearly the odds movement and how when it went from 40-30 for Lepchenko to deuce, from 1.08 down to 1.05. And she goes to 3-all, and can we possibly get out now? What we want to do is transfer our profit over to Serena, trying to get 1.10. Let's put our back bet in there.
Market in play.
See if we can get ourselves quickly matched here. We don't know. Try 1.09. Just about. Oops, a daisy. Let's realign that. And you see what I did there was I pressed the hedge button to get myself £9.17. In fact, what I meant to do was actually just readjust that, because I had sort of two lots of £200 back going in there at 1.1 and 1.09, and I clicked the hedge for green button. Still, not to worry, I've hedged for green, got £9.17 instead of. Basically what I wanted to do was leave £10 clear profit on Serena and 0 on Lepchenko, but at that particular offer there, it's a 1.10. What's the difference? £9.17 or 10 quid. Good. So that trade is now effectively over, so we can close that. And we can go on to Navarro Kanepi. And it's just started. And on to the next. And so Nord, tell us what we're going to do for Suarez and Navarro. You can see Navarro trading at 1.46, Kanepi at 3.15. Navarro obviously is the heavy favourite here. And she broke Kanepi's serve. She held the serve, I should say. Kanepi to serve for the first time for her in the match. And here we can see Nordavind typing these very clear instructions. We're going to lay Navarro if Navarro will go a break up in the first set. We're going to reduce our liability with 1/6 for every hold from Kanepi and 1/6 for every break point from Kanepi, and 1/20 for every time Kanepi will go 1 point ahead on Navarro's serve. Okay, so quite simply, our entry point is if Navarro breaks Kanepi's serve in the first set. And as you can see in the chat room, I'm sort of playing devil's advocate here in that I'm kind of assuming that, hey, look, this is all new to me, this tennis trading, how does it work? All these instructions, they do look a little bit confusing, don't they? Well, yeah, like everything for the first time might look confusing, but that's why we're here in the chat to obviously sort of help. And when I say playing devil's advocate, what I'm doing is I'm just asking a question. And my question was, do we lay Navarro now? And it was 30-all on Kanepi's serve, and the answer is no. And Nord basically just confirming that we only lay Navarro if she breaks serve. And Nord's knowledge of the game, and I kind of repeat, that he's been actually trading this full time for sort of over 5 years. Apart from the particular strategies and techniques that he uses, obviously his player analysis and depth of knowledge about players, both in the WTA and the ATP, that's women's and men's tournaments, is absolutely sort of vital too, and that's why as a member you can use and tap in to that knowledge to sort of help you become a better and indeed more profitable tennis trader. Now, as we can see, Navarro is love 30, or 15-30 now down on her serve, but the entry point, just to repeat, is if Navarro breaks Kanepi's serve, and that's when we will be laying Navarro, who should be trading if that does happen, at round about sort of 1.25. And there we can just see a sort of confirmation of the £9 we won on the Williams and Lepchenko game. And that trade now has finished for us. Navarro does in fact break Kanepi's serve, so what we want to do now is lay Navarro. Let's try and get in here at 1.2. Whoa, settling down a bit. Let's go for 1.27. Have I missed it? I hope not. Come on, Navarro, get one more point to go. 30-15 in front. Come on, let's get that. Try and get there. There we go. So, £28 liability Navarro and £100 on Kanepi. So now the next instruction from Nord, 1/20th, so that's going to be £5. Exit for every time Kanepi goes 1 point ahead on the receiving end. Basically back Navarro for £5 every time Kanepi has a point ahead on Navarro's serve, but Navarro actually goes into a 4-1 lead. And always scroll back up to refer back to these instructions here. So we're going to, if she holds a serve now, Kanepi, we're going to be backing Navarro 1/6 of our stake. That's for the sake of argument, we call that £16. So that's what we want to do next. And the other scenario, of course, is if Navarro breaks Kanepi's serve again in this first set, then we'll basically just hedge our red, which will probably be around about something like 1.1, 1.11, something like that. So well, hopefully that scenario won't arrive. Kanepi goes into a 40-15 lead on her serve, so hopefully she's going to hold that, and we're going to be backing Navarro for £16 to reduce our red, so we'll do that at 1.25. Okay, so that's reduced our red from 28 down to 24, and obviously reduced our green from 100 to £84 on Kanepi. So now back for £5 because she actually went 15 love ahead on Navarro's serve. So I need to get that back bet in. Okay, and we've got another match starting. Kohlschreiber against Isner. Isner starts serving, so we wait for 1-0. Okay, and we've got another £5 to go in here as Kanepi goes into a 30-15 lead. Got to be quite quick with this, that's the point. Okay, so that's reducing all the time, and if we get a break point, which I think she has, she's gone to a 40-15 lead, has she? Let's have a look. No, has she gone to a 40-15 lead? It looks like so she could have done. Yep, she has, so it's a break point. So, that's 1/6 for £16 at 1.36. Didn't get it. That's done. Okay, that's good. It's fast and furious. So you can see we could get out for a £3.16 profit here. Remember, we had a £28 liability at the start of this particular trade. If she manages to break the serve, which she has. Okay, so what's our plan now? Now it's the risky part. We wait for the hold. Okay, we're assuming that Kanepi will hold her serve to make it 4-all, and then we take half of the red out. This is good. This is good fun. So I think I probably missed I think I missed a £16. So I should actually back this now. Actually, for let's have a look. Yeah, I missed one. So I really should get in here at 1.38 if I can. Okay. Now I think obviously I missed a particular entry here, so Nord's just kind of explaining what I could have done. Maybe I missed that at 15.4. Got 2 5s, 3 16s. Well, I don't know. Seems okay. So we're just going to be preparing ourselves for the Isner game. I'm going to keep my eye on Kanepi and Navarro. Just going to Isner. So we're laying Isner at 1.15 at 1.59. I might not get that, so let's possibly go for 1.61. Yeah, it's quite fast, especially if you're doing a few games. Let's see if we can get this 1.61 anyway. I want to get some more out of this Navarro red here. In lead on her serve, serving for the set. So I don't know if we're going to get anything there. Okay, Schreiber holds his serve for 1-1. Maybe I can get in on a lay of Isner on his serve for the third game. Go quickly back to Navarro. Let's see if we can quickly get matched. 1.34. Have we done that? I don't think so. You can see there back to Deuce. Just missed out on that 1.34. Let's go back to Kohlschreiber. Okay, we've been matched there at 1.61. That's 2-1, so we've got a bit of a break there, which is good. You've always got a 90-second break sort of in between the games, so leave that. Let's switch back to Kohlschreiber. Right, Kohlschreiber. Let's have a look what we're going to do with him. 1/10. So we're going to be backing Isner for £10 if Kohlschreiber holds his serve. That's been matched. Okay, very good. It's kind of fast. It is quick, you know, and sometimes you're not going to get exactly the right sort of prices. You know, Nord there got 1.7 when he backed Isner for £10. I got actually 1.69 as he goes into a 2-0 lead. Alright, so don't worry about, you know, an odd tick there, just in, you know, in case you missed it. Just to make sure you do get matched. So back to Kanepi Navarro, and obviously we need Kanepi to hold her serve. So we're going to be ready to back for 16 here. There, my mistakes. You know, I said, do we hold when we back for 1.6, but no, we take half the current liability. So we need to take basically £2 out of that. So it's backing for £5 basically. See, yeah, how it just so quickly moves against you. So we need Kanepi to get to 40-30 on this particular game. It's 30 all now as we speak. Okay. So 40-30 Kanepi. We've done a fair bit of work on that this particular girls' game. And here's the final instruction: we hedge if it goes to twos, and we're going to accept that £1.62 loss if we can't do it. So back to Isner. So £10 on Isner. Quickly. That's done on Isner. Yeah, I'm doing this in real time, so it looks like in fact there are lots of pauses. So, you know, I'm sort of following Nord's instructions, and at the same time obviously making this video and trying to explain to you what we're doing. Really we want Kanepi to break serve again, so that we want to exit this particular trade when Navarro sort of touches around about 2.0. That's the target. What hedge figure are we getting there at 2.0? We're getting again about £10. So we're looking for around about sort of 10% profit on this particular game. Remember, we've already made 100% or 110% profit on Serena Williams against Lepchenko in an earlier trade. So if we make £10, that's roughly sort of 40% return on investment, is it? £14 is 15. Yeah, it's about 4, nearly touching that. It's 40-30 to Kanepi. And if we break, we'll get much better odds. She's broken serve, fantastic. What do we do? What's Nord's advice now? She actually broke serve to go 6-5 up Kanepi. Do we take the green? Heads for the profit now. There we go, £10.72. Let's get that done. There we go, £10.72. Obviously we were looking at 2.0 as a point to try and exit, but the fact that Kanepi actually broke serve meant we were able to get another 10 ticks higher than that. So that's trade number 2 out of the way. Okay, Kanepi Navarro trade over. So we had a 38% return on investment there. We had a liability of £28 at the beginning, and we ended up with a £10.72 hedge green profit. So just the Kohlschreiber and Isner trade. Kohlschreiber, we need to back him again for £10 if he holds his serve, and he does. Just checking where we are now. Nord, hope the pupil is following the master's instructions to the T. I've got £60 green on Kohlschreiber, £33.60 red on Isner. Kohlschreiber to hold his serve. He's 4-5 down. See the instructions here on the right of the chat room page. There's 1/10, and I remember our stakes are £100, so it's £10 for every hold from Kohlschreiber. So that's what we need to do if he holds his serve. So at 0.30, I mean, I asked our pro here, Nord, a rather sort of vague question. He hasn't got a crystal ball, but he's watching the game. I said, "This isn't looking likely to be the winner." And he replies, "Well, it's a 5-set match, so he doesn't seem capable to be serving the whole 3 sets as well as this." So, basically, he's holding his nerve. Kohlschreiber is 40-30, so we just need him to hold his serve, so we can put another bet in here at £10. So 5 games all. Chipping away at the red. Remember, it was £61 red when we first started. That was our maximum liability. And it was £100 green on Kohlschreiber. So we've now reduced that to virtually half. I didn't quite get that. Drop that. Let's try and quickly get that in there, because he went 15 love ahead onto 2. So I've done that. I've got the £10 in because he went 15 love up on Isner's serve. As you can see, Nord gave the instruction on Isner's serve, love 15, so we took another 10th out. A 10th of our £100 stake being obviously £10. Set points on Kohlschreiber's serve for John Isner. So we really need Kohlschreiber to hold this game. Back to deuce. Advantage Kohlschreiber. Win this to go into a tie-break. 1/10 for holding his serve, if you will. Okay, so we're now in a tie-break situation. We'll just wait to the end of that. So my software didn't respond quickly there, so take rather a worse price. Now we're going again. Got our £61 initial liability down to £3.64, £17 green on Kohlschreiber, and I would say if we can, with Kohlschreiber 4-2 up in the tie break, it's possible we're going to be hedging out for a green. 5-2, which is good. Let's see what the Maestro says. No, we switch all the green from Kohlschreiber to Isner. So we're going to be backing Isner for £17 if Kohlschreiber wins this first set. Okay, so we're going to be backing Isner now for £17 at 2.30. Yes, so here we are in the second set, 40-15 to Isner. Possibly to go 2 games to love up. And now, you know, if he goes 2-0 up, his price should come down to around about sort of 1.55ish, and we can take £11.91 hedge green there. Look, we can take sort of £11.12, £11.19p here. So I think we're going to go for this. We can get in at 1.65 perhaps. Okay, and we'll take a hedge green there at 1.65. We're going to be matched. I think so. There we go. Lovely. Okay, that's all sort of 3 trades sort of done and dusted. We made what, sort of £10 on each. I hope that gives you sort of an idea of some of the particular sort of techniques that you know, we use here at tradingtennis.eu, and it's really a question of, you know, sort of chipping away at the initial red that you've got, and, you know, taking the green, you know, when your analysis pre-match you know, happens to be correct. And obviously if it isn't, and in these particular 3 trades we did, it all went sort of according to the sort of pre-match analysis plan. But if it doesn't, you know, the scenario obviously then will be, you'll just have to hedge, you know, for red if the trade has gone against you. The sort of initial liability of the, for example, the Isner Kohlschreiber game, the initial liability was £60. Then if it didn't go our way and Isner broke Kohlschreiber's serve twice in the first set, then we would have hedged round about sort of £25-26 red on that particular trade, and we walk away and we move on to the next trade. Good. Well, I hope that sort of whetted your appetite to a degree. You know, we look forward to welcoming you to, you know, our trading tennis community, and just go to the sign up page, have a look around the site, and or drop us an email, of course, if there are any particular questions that you'd like to ask us. All right, thanks for watching.